Today, we're going to talk about all the blood and tears I left at my camp. I'm just kidding. It wasn't that much blood and tears. Anyway, about the camp. So, I had to get up at 5:30 in the morning just to get prepared. And the way my school works is there's a junior campus for daycare all the way to grade 4. And I'm in the senior campus, which has grades 5 to 6. But the junior campus is 20 minutes away from my house. And the senior campus is like 35. Now, this isn't a lot of walking for me and my family because we don't have cars. But just act like it's a lot because we had to be there for 7 a.m. I hated being awake that early, but what can you do? Once I arrived at my school, they told us to go inside the gym. So I went to the gym. I found my bunkmates and sat down with them. I was with Billy, Amari, Hugo, and Tristan, aka not the group the school should have allowed. After we waited for a little while, we were able to go onto the bus. We shoved all our bags into those little door things at the bottom of school buses that nobody uses. And for the 3-hour bus ride, I sat with Hugo. And I'm not going to go into details, but there was some incidences in the boys' bus that delayed us a bit. So the girls were there much sooner than we boys did. But once we finally did get to the camp, we were greeted with the girls yelling, "The rooms here look like jail cells!" Not freaky. Not freaky at all. Anyway, the camp we were going to was divided into 2 sections. One section for the girls and one section for the boys. We had to walk through the girls' section to get to our section. One thing I should mention is that you were only supposed to have 4 people in one room, but they did say that you could put like a so-and-so, and like if possible. And our so-and-so was Tristan, but luckily they allowed us to have him. But the rule was the 5th person had to sleep on the floor. Now, back to the story. Once we stepped foot into the boys' section, it smelled like home. Well, smelly cheese and feet. As the teachers leading us in were plugging their noses, we boys were smelling that smell before somebody cleaned everything up. They told us to have a seat, so we sat on top of our bags in this big grassy corner. Finally, they came back. They said they'd call our names and until we all lined up in front of the door. And once we all finally did line up at the front of the door, we could go in. They first called Billy, then Amari, then Hugo, then me, and last but not least, Tristan. We walked into our room and it was beautiful. We soon figured out that we had a bigger room since we were the only person who asked for one more person. We called ourselves the Deluxe Boys. Okay, no we didn't. We called ourselves Room Deluxe. There were 2 rooms that could hold 8 people, but many people didn't know about that because you had to go to a different spot to find that. Luckily, I was friends with one of the people in that room. It was actually Waffle. So Waffle let me and my group see his room if they could see our room. We didn't let anybody else see our room because some people thought since we organized it in a different way and cleaned it up in a different way, that people would steal that idea, or even the technique. But about half an hour after we got to the camp, we went to the girls' big grassy corner. They introduced us to our counselors who all spoke very little English, so it was mostly a French trip. By the way, if you want me to do a video on just speaking French, I can. Just put it in the comments. So we met our counselor, and I liked her. She was really nice. And we got the best activity first, canoeing. We also learned that we were going to be with 2 other groups, one girl group and one fellow guy group. We each picked one person to go canoeing with. I picked Hugo. One weird rule is that you always had to be on your knees at all times. This was made very clear to us. And yeah, it was fun. We went to war with our counselor and splashed her. We went to war with other people. I really like that activity. I forgot what activity we did next. I think it was archery. I sucked at that, but you probably already knew that because I suck. After we did parkour, which I also sucked at, but you probably knew that too. And then we walked over to the cafeteria and oh my goodness, they had the best food I ever had. I had wonton soup, crackers, tangerines, and a piece of freaking cake! Once we were done eating, we could walk to our rooms and chill. After chill time, we went with another group and did this maze and zombie tag thing. And the counselor on the other group was, let's just say, energetic. And let's call him Front Flip because that's pretty close to his name. He also wore camo stuff. Just saying. They called us out of the maze and we did a rock climbing thing, which pretty much broke my bones. After that, we went to the cafeteria. I forgot what we ate, but I know it was delicious. And after that, we went outside to play the last game of the day. It was a thing with every group, and it was a weird version of Capture the Flag. Basically, you needed to have a card at all times, just like a card in Crazy Eights or one of those games, or a playing card. And you tag people, and you show them your card. If they have a higher card than you, you go back to your base and grab a new card. And same other way around. And it was really weird. Once the game was over, we could go back to our rooms and chill. Again. But after that, the counselors did this improv thing with a dumb knight, his horse, who's really a sad human, he calls his horse, and my gym teacher, Miss E, who was pretty much Bowser, keeping a princess in her castle. It was pretty cool. There was a campfire thing made out of plastic, but it looked pretty good. After they finished their skit thing, they started singing songs. One was a really weird love song that had lines like, I love you because of your big fat nose. And then they did a French version of the Rattling Bog. And then they made us sing the English version. Once the noise died and everybody stopped singing, they gave us hot chocolate. To be honest, it tasted just a little hot chocolatey. I described it 1% chocolate, 99% water. I told a couple of my friends this and they all agreed. And before I said that, there was a rumor going around and some gossip about pretty much the same thing I said, just different words. And we went to bed around 9:30 and off to bed we did go. I just want to say that even though I called it first, Tristan got top bunk. There was an extra bed and I like that. I got my own window. I opened my eyes at around 6:50 in the morning, almost 7, which was when we were supposed to wake up. I looked over at Hugo, looking out the window and walking over to Billy and saying, Are you awake yet? Then I guess shrinking to ask Amari the same thing. Are you awake yet? He did this to Mars, and then with my eyes wide open, he said to me, Are you awake yet? No, Hugo, I'm not awake. And he believes me. He walks back to Billy and says, Are you awake yet? Hugo, I'm awake! Shh! Sorry. Shh! Hey, get it. Anyway, Hugo, how long have you been awake? A long time. That's it? Yep. Okay. Everybody wake up! Oh. Hey, Miss E. Yes, child. Can we take showers now? Yes, child. Okay. Hey guys, I'm gonna go take a shower. Amari says. And one thing I want to mention is that after taking a shower, I literally forgot to dry myself, so I just put on my clothes all awkwardly. Hey guys! Yeah, that day we didn't do much, honestly. For breakfast, I had a really good cereal, a bagel, 2 pieces of French toast, a blob of Jell-O, 2 tangerines, and 2 little crackers. The best thing about that day was the science thing we did with our teacher, Dr. Dog. where we picked up ocean life and killed them. Just kidding. I killed them. Oh yeah, one thing we did was this real-life version of foosball. It was called like Baby Toes or something. Yes, weird name. Worth it? Maybe. No, but to be honest, it was actually really fun. And for lunch, I had another bagel with 2 pieces of French toast. But after lunch, we started cleaning up our rooms and packing for the day. I don't think we did anything much after that. Oh yeah, we did one activity after that, which was this weird witch forest thing where we had to build shelters using like sticks, and this old lady that used to be a witch lived in that forest. Burn! But yeah, we really just chilled around playing stuff like Uno, Monopoly, and a few other board games. And after a while of playing and losing over a game of life with many tears, we were finally tranquilized and put into a bag that put us into a bus. For 3 hours again, we were in that bus. And this time, the girls' bus had some issues on the road. So me and the boys and Miss E, we got there first. Hey guys, I hope you liked this extra long video. It was really a lot of fun writing the script and remembering the good old times. Thanks Dragon Arts for writing a few backgrounds in this video, aka the best ones. So just thank you. Also, we actually made some shorts. You can go check them out if you want. And on the topic of shorts, now does that short called Hint make any sense? Sit around a fireplace because camp? Anyway, school is starting back up soon, so unfortunately I won't be able to make as much videos. It really depends on how much time I have, but I'll try to post at least 1 video a month. But still, that's going to be pretty hard. I'm in my last year of elementary. By the time I'm uploading this, it will probably be school. I don't know. But yeah, I have a lot of hard work this year. Also, if my gym teacher, Miss E, and my science teacher, Dr. Dog, are watching this video, well, I don't know. Hi, I guess. Do I get higher grades since I mentioned you in this video? Huh? No, I'm just kidding. I'll steal somebody else's grades and say they're mine. Thanks for watching, though. It means a lot, everybody. Yeah. Do I get extra marks?